This chart shows the recent growth of YouTube's free with ads movie catalog. In the last few years, the platform has quietly added hundreds of feature films, creating a massive, exponentially growing archive of legally free cinema right under our noses. But a $0 price tag comes with a hidden cost. When you open the platform, you are hit with a notoriously clunky user interface. The algorithm lumps completely different subgenres together, leaving you scrolling endlessly and falling right into choice paralysis. You aren't spending cash, but you are spending currency, paying with your evening time, your psychological bandwidth, and tolerance for unskippable ad breaks. Throwing a movie on indiscriminately is the fastest way to drain that currency. If you pick a film that demands total silence when you want background noise, or a slow burn when you want action, you're setting yourself up for a frustrating night. You know the feeling. You invest 45 minutes and 3 commercial breaks into a story, realize the vibe is completely wrong for your current mood, and finally give up and go to sleep annoyed. To solve this, we can plot these free films on this quadrant chart. We are evaluating them on 2 metrics. The x-axis tracks the pacing, from deliberate to kinetic. The y-axis tracks the era and style, from Golden Age classics to the modern era. Categorizing the catalog this way lets you align your current mood and ad patience with the specific mechanics of a film. You stop guessing, and you start picking the exact right movie for your evening. Here in the first quadrant, we have the modern adrenaline chasers. This plots high-octane films like Molly's Game and Terminator 2: Judgment Day, right in the top right corner. Kinetic pacing with modern sensibilities. These are the heavy hitters. They deliver the massive scale and extreme visual polish you expect from contemporary big-budget blockbuster directors. You get immediate gratification through A-list star power, rapid-fire dialogue, and highly choreographed sequences. Because they sit on a public platform, you must clear hurdles like the R-rating age gate to access these intense 90s action hits. But here is the critical trade-off. These movies are built on momentum. When YouTube drops a 2-minute unskippable ad block right in the middle of a tense poker hand, completely shattering the film's pacing. Plus, these modern runtimes easily stretch to nearly 2.5 hours once the ads are factored in. Now look at the exact opposite side of the matrix. This quadrant plots Psycho, The Birds, and Charade. We've shifted from modern kinetic action to the deliberate suspense of the 1960s. Instead of relying on jump scares and explosions, this era operates on flawless visual composition and creeping Hitchcockian dread. The stories are carried by sophisticated romance and a specific brand of timeless, magnetic screen presence that defined mid-century Hollywood. They demand your attention through sharp, witty dialogue, slow-building tension, and identity-shifting mysteries where loyalties change in every scene. That deliberate pacing is their secret weapon on this platform. Because the tension relies on slow, methodical dialogue rather than continuous action, sudden ad breaks feel like a theatrical intermission instead of a momentum killer. Moving to the third quadrant, we plot The Hitchhiker, Suddenly, and Mississippi Burning. This is where Golden Age aesthetics meet kinetic, tightly wound plots. These are the gritty noirs. They thrive in claustrophobic spaces, dropping you straight into high-intensity assassin standoffs and desperate hostage narratives. To enjoy these, you need to appreciate their historical context. They lean heavily on true crime foundations and hard-boiled procedural acting styles of the 1950s. They deliver a stark, grounded realism that laid the groundwork for the modern police procedural, focusing closely on the granular work of post-war law enforcement. Their primary strategic advantage for your movie night is absolute efficiency. Most of these noirs clock in at a lean 75 to 80 minutes, which means you will encounter significantly fewer ad breaks before the credits roll. The trade-off is they lack modern audiovisual polish. The suspense is deeply dialogue-driven, requiring active listening and undivided attention to track the complex plot. Finally, if you want specific eerie vibes, we look at the last quadrant. Here we plot gothic and psychological thrillers like Dementia 13 and House on Haunted Hill. These films lean completely into theatrical camp, dropping eccentric characters into surreal, isolated mansions to create a heavy atmosphere of paranoia. If you are conditioned by modern elevated horror, the early special effects and psychological twists here are going to feel formulaic, but that is exactly the point. By trading modern visual perfection for lower budgets and highly specific, nostalgic atmospheres, These quadrants offer an incredibly efficient way to spend an hour and a half. You pay for free movies with your patience. Beating the platform's layout requires matching your current attention span to the pacing of the film. So here is your decision tree for tonight. Start here. First, choose between modern Polish or classic cinema. If you are time poor but want an active, high-tension story, take the classic path straight to a 75-minute noir. You get the thrill with minimal ad interruptions. If you are folding laundry, want background spectacle, and don't care if a commercial breaks up a car chase, follow the modern Polish path to an action spectacle. And if you are ready to put your phone in another room and invest in a masterclass of tension, take the classic path to a slow-burn masterpiece. Keep in mind, YouTube's free catalog is highly volatile. Studios cycle these licenses constantly, and films are rotated out of the ad-supported tier without any warning. A masterpiece available for free on a Tuesday could easily be locked back behind a rental paywall by Friday morning. Navigating an endless, ad-heavy interface is exhausting. But by running your options through this matrix, you turn a chaotic algorithm into a curated, cinematic menu, guaranteeing you spend your evening on exactly the right thrill.